Hello, my sunflowers, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am doing a dedicated review because this book is among my top 10 of 2020 and I really wanted to give it some spotlight. I think this book is a good book to start with if you're interested in getting into sci-fi. Please don't judge me, this book is 880 pages long, but it's super worthy. Okay? So I'm here today to talk about This Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. I have been waiting for this book for 8 years. 8 years. Since 2012, when The Inheritance Cycle's last book, The Inheritance, came out, I knew that Christopher Paolini was writing a new book, a sci-fi book. And I have been waiting for this since then. And finally, this year it came out and it is beautiful, it is magnificent, it is a 5 out of 5 stars for me. And I cannot stress enough how beautiful this book is. It is about a xenobiologist, Kira. And Kira is on a mission and she finds an ancient artifact. Well, she's a stupid human, so she touches this artifact and drama ensues. So for the spoiler-free section, I will just tell you this book is a love letter to sci-fi. Everything that sci-fi is somehow in this book. It is showing you what humanity could be in the future. It is also going into very fantastical alien things with a lot of respect to it, and you feel like you are going through a journey through all these ideas in sci-fi. And this is probably the biggest critique everybody has for Christopher Paolini's work, because this critique came up with The Inheritance Cycle, that he is kind of copying from other authors. He is not, by the way, but he is taking stories and making them into his own. So yeah, Aragorn, yeah, I see that. I have read Lord of the Rings before I have read Aragorn. I have read a lot of science fiction before I've read this one. And I see things that are being worked through in this book. And I still love this, because this is a love letter. It is not stealing if you just show your complete appreciation for it. He wears his inspiration on his sleeves. You know that this is just someone who has grown up with stories like Doctor Who, like Star Trek, and wants to write his own story. And I love it. This book is a wild ride. I would say that if you like fantasy, you will love this. If you want to know what sci-fi is all about, you will love this. Please get into it. And as someone who has read a lot of sci-fi in your life, you will appreciate this, because this feels like a soul you can understand, because this is a fan writing for the fans. This book is so fast-paced. So fast-paced. Like, he did not waste a page. Like, wow. It has a found family trope in this. I really appreciate. Like, I need this feeling of a spaceship crew becoming a family. Okay, this is dear to my heart. I love that. And this is exactly what happens in this book. It's not a real spoiler, it just happens. And I think this is taking us on a very exciting journey. I think Christopher Paolini has set up a universe that could be so amazing if he writes more books in this universe. I think one of my favorite things in this is actually the alien species in this, and the diversity in them, and the moral grayness in them, which I think is immaculate. One of my critiques on this one, first of all, it's straight. I think this book needs just some queerness, okay? This is my biggest critique on many authors that are cis white people, that it lacks in diversity. And yeah, It's just need more gayness. Do make it rainbow, and then it would be the best book ever. But it's not there. It's not there. I'm so sorry. So this is not queer. I'm sad about that. Christopher, please write gay stuff. Thank you. And one of my critiques is the ending of this book. I cannot spoiler that. I think the ending is a bit too nice. It's wrapped up in a good way, but it feels kind of too fluid, too plastic. Like, it's too easy. I see where this comes from. This is very much a similar ending than the Inheritance cycle had. It is wrapping up things. It has this fantastical feeling of everything is okay now, everything is perfect. This book has this as well. I have not seen it in sci-fi done this way. It felt very like reading fantasy. So that's one of my critiques there, because you see the origin of this author, but it's kind of also exciting to see the mashup of the writing tropes through these two genres. So yeah, I think this book is beautiful and you should read this. If you want to know more about this book and want to be spoiled a bit, go into the spoiler section now. If not, goodbye, I love you, please read this book. Oh, this book is heavy, my god. So please, beware spoilers. Okay, now I can talk about this. Okay, so Kira is a xenobiologist. First of all, I love that this is a female character being the main character in this. So thank you very much, Christopher, for not going with a teenager boy again. And she is, in the beginning, a character I didn't like. She is very much in love with her boyfriend and wants to settle down, like this full cliche female human. And then whole drama happens and her boyfriend dies and she's thrown into the situation that she is bonded with a parasite alien artifact that is lashing out, that is changing things, and that is acting like her own protective shield. Basically everybody is afraid of her, and then evil aliens start showing up, screaming basically for her and attacking humans all over the place. She kind of wakes up these aliens and they attack humanity. War ensues. This is super quickly jumping into the fullest drama ever. Humanity's first contact with two alien species, and it's war. And she kind of is supposed to be kept in quarantine, but she wants to know what that alien artifact is because she's a scientist and is a curious dumbass. So she escapes and kind of travels through the humanity's realm and wants to go back to Earth and figure out what this thing is. She gets kind of picked up by a ship and finds out how these aliens basically communicate, and she activates one of these devices that actually shows every alien in the universe where she is, and she is the thing they want because the alien artifact can be used as a weapon to destroy them all. Of course it is. Of course it is. Then another alien species shows up, and these ones are the real deal. They are deadly, destroying everybody, destroying both the first aliens that are basically space squids and the new ones that are basically alien Slenderman zombies. Cool. And a part of these alien squids actually comes back to the humans and asks them how, like, this is an enemy of us, do you want to work with us? And they start to communicate with each other and start fighting these evil aliens, and it kind of escalates, and in the end there is like a big boss fight against a giant alien space squid. Yeah. So this book takes you on a ride. It's 880 pages of full drama. It took me 4 days to read this, and I loved every moment of it. As I mentioned before, it lacks queer representation. The ending is a bit too easily wrapped up. To explain why, Kira bonds completely to this alien parasite and becomes like an immortal being and transforms herself into a spaceship. And she's kind of this omnipotent thing and understands the ancient alien species that has built that artifact. And it has like this moment where she is like this mentor who is saying goodbye to everybody because she's ascending to another plane and giving everybody a gift. And this is like I feel some kind of cliche there, so like this fantasy ending of I have ascended. I am gifting you these gifts because I understand I will know what this gift will give you for the future. So this is the ending. It's still satisfying, of course it is, but it feels very like light-headed, spacey. Overall, I think this book gives you like the perfect sci-fi feeling. It gives you this galaxy brain. Like you feel so small, like Kira does, and you feel like this is over the top. This is so fantastical, but it's still something that could kind of happen. I just think this is the epitome what sci-fi can be in a standalone book. I think there are space operas and series that are better. The Expanse. But yeah, I think in one book you get the feeling, you get everything you want from sci-fi. So I really hope that I have convinced you to read this, because it's beautiful. And I hope Christopher Pauline is going to write more books, because I need it. Yeah, this has been my dedicated review for this chunky boy. And I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have read it, please come discuss with me why you loved it, why you hated it, whatever. And in the meantime, please subscribe. I will be back with more videos, and thank you very much for joining me today. Bye!